2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Timberwolves can please this home crowd. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than his predecessor and mentor, Kevin Garnett. The KG said of Cat, don't take the smile for weakness. He plays with another type of engine. What they do share, Kevin, is a true love for the game. Back to you.
Outstanding, DA. Thank you. Chris, you played for 5 different teams, a couple of them multiple times. How long do you think it takes to feel comfortable in a new situation for a player?
I tell you, Kevin, that's such a hard tightrope to play. I remember going to different teams, and you have to understand the culture of the team. You have to understand who their best players are already. You have to understand the style of play, and building trust takes time from both sides. So usually you'll come into a situation and you want to make sure that you're showing that you're a great teammate. And so usually in that area, teammates are saying, wait a minute, we brought the guy, we brought you over here. We want you to be that guy that we traded for, the guy we just signed or recruited. We were a fan of you. Do the things that you do great. We'll catch up with you. So a lot of it starts with mutual respect, and that means mutual deferment. And then after a while, you're both deferring. You're like, wait, we got to win some games. Okay, you be you, I'll be us, and we'll all do it together. And kind of once you get over that kind of fine dance in the beginning, that icebreaker, usually that's when things start rolling.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Rockets, the engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Melo and Tucker are the forwards. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's the guy, second-round pick back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
P.J. Tucker, C-Webb, was an undersized power forward at the University of Texas. He made a pretty effective transition to small forward in the pros.
I mean, the way the game is going now, he's able to slide back to that power forward position as well. The strength to hold his ground. I mean, a good enough shooter to space the floor for his teammates.
And here is Teague. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Teague kicks to Towns. Back to Teague. Towns, the screen. A nice shot by Teague.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
And here are the Rockets.
Yeah, some history here, though. Of course, they won that first-round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
Now here's Paul. Over Teague. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, I think he was surprised. He was so open. And that's just a defensive breakdown.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Paul with the steal.
Playing the little cornerback there. Anticipates the pass and jumps the route.
Lob pass to Capella. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Wiggins dishes to T.
That's his second foul, and now they might really go at him. I mean, try to get a third foul and force him to sit on the bench.
And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher. and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Free throw good, Teague.
And as you would expect from the way he plays, Teague is a terrific free throw shooter.
Jang, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Houston also making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Gordon comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Brandon Knight in for Chris Paul. And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
Well, a high-octane offense in Houston, that's been a staple for any of Mike D'Antoni's teams. The Rockets, they do it a little differently. ISO ball, half-court, threes, get out and run. They get buckets.
And doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now here's Teague, and the foul called on Brandon Knight. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Timberwolves have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Free throw good, Teague. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Rose is checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. James Ennis, he'll check in for James Harden. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Outside Gordon. Here's Anthony. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And Melo, a skilled shooter, if he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
Outside Rose. Left side, Towns. Over Nene. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got his first basket of the night.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Rose against Knight. Kicks it to Anthony from 20 feet out. And that one is off.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Rockets on top, up 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Playing smart in this first period. Credit their unselfish play.
Always a good strategy. Get as many people involved as you can early on.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. You've got Ennis. Nene is out there with Anthony. Then there's Gordon. And it's Knight in at the 1 spot. And it's Gordon missing. Minnesota in the lead.
And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers. And his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
Knight passes to Ennis. He kicks to Anthony. And no good. Towns with the defensive effort. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Towns a screen on Knight. Jones the pass to Butler. Clock at 6. Over Ennis. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Zhang's got his first points of the game.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Taj Gibson's checked in for Zhang, and Wiggins is subbed in for Tyus Jones. Harden outside. 1:10 left to play here in the half. And the shot goes down. Harden's got his third basket of the night right there.
The bearded one's mid-range jump shot, money. I mean, he has a great feel for when to shoot from there.
Here's Rose. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
First free throw is good.
And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 2008, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
Teague's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Rose drops them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Harden against Teague. Harden kicks to Green. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Out left to the wing. That's a 2 from Paul. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Minnesota leading by 3. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. They set the screen. Teague against Capella. Just 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. Free throw good. Teague. Second free throw, no good. Green kicks to Harden. Lets it go with a 3.
Teague anticipated every move on that play and was right there to meet him each step of the way. Great defense.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Timberwolves lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Andrew, the energy and effort were apparent throughout that first half. How were you able to do it?
We had a good practice. you know, working hard, really putting things together. Keep doing that, we can come out with a W.
Hey, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, Ernie, I'm not even a player anymore, but I'm not happy with the soft defense they had. Full of holes, allowing over 60% shooting, ridiculous fellas. It's amazing that they're still in this game. I think it's going to come down to how bad they want it. I even want it. Ernie, sign me on a 10-day contract right now.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Timberwolves leading by 4. Wiggins and Butler make up the perimeter. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. And it's Teague in at the 1. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Teague against Paul. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
No question he got bumped on that shot. Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
So he comes up empty at the line. Rebounded by Capella.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
Wasted no time on that one. Anthony's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Houston. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Wiggins. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. And the Timberwolves lead by 3. Houston's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Harden kicks to Capella, and it's Anthony top of the key. Butler against Anthony, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Clint Capella.
And just no question that Butler is a bona fide star. I mean, a tough, rugged defender who's also a juggernaut on offense.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know. Greg goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D-up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
And he knocks down the first one. Minnesota making some changes. Gorgie Dang comes in for Towns, and Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in. And so Butler nails both of them. Chris, you and I love guys with a great handle, and they can finish with either hand. And I know you've got a couple guys who you think do it better than most.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, right,
He's
exactly.
one of the best finishers that I've seen. Oh, my goodness, the way he can finger roll you with his left hand and throw it up so high that rain will come down with it and finishing off of both legs. You have to look at a guy like Harden as well, the way he finishes. How about LeBron James? As strong as he is, it seems like he just kind of gives you a shoulder with either shoulder, bumps and waits, and then lays it up nice too. I mean, you have so many players. And Curry, he's another guy that does it so well. I can keep going on and on, but those guys, don't forget about Mike Conley. He's ambidextrous. He might just shoot a jump shot with either hand. So you got to be careful when guarding these guys. Great finishers now.
Good names you've mentioned. Paul's shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 6. Poke loose. Harden against Wiggins. Lob pass to Capella. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
The main strength of Capella's offensive game, I mean, he uses his athleticism to power home these alley-oops.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Butler. He's got 5. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one's on Eric Gordon. The Timberwolves have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Butler. Rose, he's checked in for Jones. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Green's checked in. And so Butler nails both of them. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Green against Wiggins. And here is Green. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Shot clock at 5. Here's Paul. Some solid defense from Rose. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
All right, we got to move the ball. We got to spread the floor. The only way we get it. If you go in, don't take a hard shot. Go around. Pass somebody.
Ball movement, a crucial part of the game, Greg. Spot-on assessment by Coach D'Antoni.
I mean, no reason to take difficult, low-percentage shots. Let's just move the basketball, and eventually something will open up.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. At the 4, it's Melo with Capella playing in the middle. Gerald Green out there with Paul, and it's Ennis in at the 3. Here's Teague. Following the basket by Chris Paul. Teague sets a screen for Rose. Wiggins outside. Pass to Teague. Towns the screen. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Towns has got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves. Green kicks to Paul. Fades. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 6 points for Chris Paul.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
And he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
Towns lays it up off the glass.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 6. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Ennis. And it's James Harden in for Green. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He told them it's time for you to fight to get this lead. Let's bring this one home. Guys, we'll see if they have what it takes to get it done. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And taken away by Paul. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Harden.
I mean, and these are the kinds of shots this team expects Harden to hit regularly. I mean, just such a talented offensive player.
And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 6 in the quarter.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, that's because both offenses are relentless. Each side trying to close this thing out.
Now here's Harden. Passes it to Paul. Lob pass to Capella. Towns with the steal. Here's Butler. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
And that's an intentional foul. Minnesota making a switch here. Rose is checked in. Here's Rose. Higgins outside, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Gentlemen, truth shots. Roof shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And so here is Houston. Harden dishes to Capella. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Paul against Rose. And so Minnesota takes the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.